people out there? It is Wednesday and it is comic book day. Let me show you what I got. First up is USAvengers issue number 1. Let me be clear about this. I don't mind issue number 1's coming out, but when it's done too often, like how Marvel is doing it, it gets really oversaturated and it gets really repetitive. New Avengers was a great title, and I understand they wanted to go into a different direction, and that's what this is doing. However, it is quite irritating when they could have continued on with that series and just changed up the team. This wasn't a bad issue by a long shot. In fact, I thought it was a pretty good first issue. I'm also happy seeing some of the old New Mutants, or X-Force members, whatever you want to call them, together again. And he doesn't have a whole lot of fans out there, but I do like Red Hulk, so I'm glad that he's going to be a part of this team. But seriously, Marvel, stop with the number 1s already. Batman issue number 14, Rooftops, part 1. This is a follow-up to the Suicide Squad storyline that Batman just recently did, where he recruited several people from Arkham. And one of the people he recruited was Catwoman. This storyline is sort of like the last night before she has to return back. So it's somewhat of a heartfelt storyline, and it's also cool to see Catwoman and Batman work together, where they're almost sort of like a couple, kind of. NIghtwing, issue number 12, Bloodhaven, part 3. Dick is still establishing himself in Bloodhaven, and he's investigating a case where, as you can tell from the cover, Orca is involved. This is a great title, and I love the direction they're bringing Grayson in. In my opinion, this is one of the best titles coming out from DC. Sam Wilson, Captain America, issue number 17. This is somewhat of a side story with Captain America's sidekick, which happens to be the new Falcon, and also Rage, who looks like he is going to be coming into the fold underneath the Captain America banner. Maybe the story could go in a completely different direction, especially at the end of what happens in this issue. The Walking Dead, issue number 162, The Whisperer War, part 6 of 6. If you're unaware of this, Rick and all of his people went to war with another group of people called the Whisperers. This looks like the end of the Whisperer War, and it also seems as though Rick and his people won, but things are never what they seem like in The Walking Dead. You just know in the next issue things are really gonna go down. Superman, issue number 14, Multiplicity, part 1. A group of beings called the Gatherers are trying to collect certain Supermen from other dimensions. And of course, the Superman we've been following in this comic book since Rebirth is getting involved. Finally, I read the Unworthy Thor, issue number 3. This is probably my favorite title coming from Marvel Comics right now. I love the Mighty Thor, and I think Jane Foster is a great replacement for him, but I just feel a bit closer to Odinson. And in this comic book, he's trying to get a new hammer, which happens to be the Ultimate Thor hammer. But it's not just him that's trying to get it. Apparently, Thanos is also trying to get it, and so is one of the Elders of the Universe, the Collector. Not the Collector from The Simpsons. This issue, Odinson gets a bit of warrior madness briefly, although it is explained, which explains the cover and why he's fighting Beta Ray Bill, which it also conveniently goes away too. But still, it is a great story. But that's my comic load for this week. I also read a couple other books that I'll talk about separately in another video. But what did you read? Leave comments down below and let me know. But that's it for now. Thank you guys for watching me in this video. Be sure to check out my Patreon site when you get a chance. I totally appreciate that. Also, check out my social media sites, my websites, and everything else out there that I got. Peace, love, namaste, and I'll see you guys later. Peace. Can you imagine not being worthy enough to be called your own name, but you had to be called the son of your father? Which in my case, it wouldn't really matter, being that my dad's name was also Paul, so I would still be called Paul's son. That doesn't really make as much sense, but still, you know what I'm talking about. And I have no idea why I said all that. I'm just babbling at this point.